Hello and welcome to my Game Week 14 transfer plans video. We've got a midweek deadline at Tuesday, 6 PM UK time, so make sure that doesn't catch you out. We're going to have a quick look at how I did last game week and then look at my transfer plans for Game Week 14. So in Game Week 13, I did indeed free hit. It went very well for me. 73 points overall, a total of 728 points now. My old rank was 2.6 mil and I've jumped up to 1.1 mil. So a huge jump in rank there. Not quite in the 1 mil yet, but it is looking closer and closer, and hopefully we can aim for maybe even a top 100k finish by the end of this season. So let's see if we can get a good run of green arrows. I'll show you how I did. I had Martinez in nets with 7 points. He of course got the clean sheet and some save points. Then in the defense I've got Matty Cash, Collins and O'Reilly. Everyone returned here, so Cash got 6 points with a clean sheet. Collins got 4 points with DEFCON and he hit 22 defensive contributions, which is absolutely mental. He should get more defensive contributions for hitting it twice there, but maybe that's an addition they'll make to the game next year. And then O'Reilly with an assist for 4 points. In the midfield, Gakpo and Foden were the stars of the show. Gakpo with 11 points, Foden with 15 points. Foden scored after the first minute in the game, so that was the start to the free hit and the best possible start, within the first minute getting an attack and return. So we got off to a good start and we just kept on going. Salah did end up getting benched and he didn't come on at all, and you'll see he's still in my starting 11. Once I show you my bench, you will see why. Sade with a 3-pointer and Rodgers with a 3-pointer, not ideal. Sade at the last second, I was deciding between him and Otara. Once I had my whole free hit sorted, with a minute to go on the deadline, I almost did the switch to Otara, so that would have been an extra few points, but oh well, that is obviously great in hindsight. And then Rodgers obviously not returning there. I could have gone for Minta instead, who I did consider, but not seriously enough over Rodgers. And then up top, Captain Haaland doing absolutely nothing. A 2-pointer, so up to 4 points with him. Anyone who triple captained him did get very unlucky. I think it looked like a great fixture on paper for him, and I told anyone who wasn't free hitting to use the triple captain. I still stand by that. In hindsight, obviously not the best outcome for Haaland, and anyone who has held on to their triple captainship for West Ham at home in Game Week 17 like myself, I'm definitely looking forward to using it then. And of course, another star of the show is Thiago with a 13-pointer. All the goals in that match came at the last 10 minutes, so the first 80 minutes was actually a pretty entertaining match, and then at the end all the goals started coming. And then this is my bench here. As you can see, Mark Giu is live. The Arsenal-Chelsea game just finished up there, but all my players on the bench did absolutely nothing for me. In hindsight, I actually had the funds to upgrade one of my defenders to Alderete at 4.1 mil, which would have been 1 extra point in place of Salah as an auto sub, so it could have been 74 points. Maybe that would have got me one step closer to the 1 million rank. We'll see if that 1 point does come back to haunt me. It is what it is. We move on to next week and I'll show you how we're lining up for Game Week 14. In nets we have Raya against Brentford at home. Happy to have him in there this game week. That looks like a very strong clean sheet potential for Raya against Brentford at home, although Thiago has been banging them in, and that Brentford attack, we can see that they are solid going forward. So not a sure thing, but Arsenal defense is the best in the league. I fully expect them to get a clean sheet in this game. In the defense, we've got a 4 at the back as things stand. Munoz against Burnley away. Very happy to have him in my team. I would even love to have triple Palace against this, and I know some people will, who I'm very jealous of. And then Konate against Sunderland at home. They did just keep a clean sheet against West Ham. Konate with a nice 8-pointer, who I free hitted out of my team. My non-free hit team actually did very well if I would have started Malik Chow and Josh King, which I definitely wouldn't have, but it wouldn't have been a huge jump in points doing the free hit. Either way, it was a gain in points, so we will take that. And then Senesi against Everton at home. He is suspended this game week after picking up 5 yellow cards. He was already going to be my transfer out this game week. Anyone who saw on my last video, I was always planning to transfer out Senesi this game week, so it just makes that decision even easier for me. Or does it? I will actually show you some other transfer plans that I have where it means I do hold on to Senesi for a bit, but we'll move on for now. Malik Chow against Spurs at home. I also free hitted him out for his massive haul. 2 goals last game week, so I am just happy to have him in my team. He was first on my bench. I wasn't really going to start him unless I found out that Reinders or Semenyo wasn't playing and I wasn't free hitting, of course, but I did consider it, and I'm just happy to see that he has that attacking potential, and I'm more than happy to own him for this fixture here. In the midfield, we've got Enzo against Leeds away. Another player that I'm happy to have in my squad. His data is very good. This is a great fixture for him. More than happy to have him there. Semenyo against Everton at home. He's been very disappointing Southampton. It's a decent fixture for them here, so maybe Bournemouth can bounce back and Semenyo can start getting involved in some of those attacking returns. He did get quite unlucky not to come away with some attacking returns in the game this weekend, and I don't actually think he's for sure a sell, but I do think we should consider getting him out of our teams if he doesn't continue to produce. Then we have Bruno Fernandes against West Ham at home. Another player that I could have put in my free hit, and I did see some people have him in their free hit teams. That was a great shout because he ended up getting 2 assists, but I'm happy to have him in my team going forward. It's annoying to miss out on those points because I free hit him out, but at least I know he is a good FPL asset going forward. And then up front, we've got Haaland against Fulham away with the vice captain armband right now because Mateta has the captain's armband. Maybe this is just for show, but he does play Burnley away, and there's obviously going to be concerns about his minutes, about all the players' minutes midweek. I do think Haaland has much more secure minutes than Mateta, and this isn't me saying that I am definitely captain in Mateta. I could even switch it up, go for someone like Enzo, even go for Munoz against Burnley away. I don't mind that at all, but I will probably just end up throwing it on Haaland. And then finishing off the forward line, we've got João Pedro against Leeds away. He could also be on the chopping block, but I'm not sure this is the week to do so with Leeds away. And then on the bench, we have Dubravka against Crystal Palace at home, Rangers against Fulham away, Josh King against Man City at home. Another player that did actually finally get his first attacking return, so he did get some FPL points when I free hit him out, but he would have been on my bench anyways, if I'm being honest. And then Alderete finishing off the bench. So with this team, what I'm currently looking to do, I think Senesi is the obvious replacement. For me, I really want Jurrien Timber. If I knew that his minutes were definitely secure this game week, I would be getting him in my team no matter what. I think he is the best transfer in for my team. I want to get another Arsenal defender into my squad. I think their fixtures over the next run are really good for clean sheets, and they're just the best defense in the league, so I want to have 2 of their defenders. But I'm just not sure about his minutes. We saw Saliba get benched against Chelsea there. They had a back line of Calafiori, Mosquera, Hincapié and Timber. And then Calafiori gets subbed off at halftime for Lewis Skelly. I don't think anyone is safe in this Arsenal defence, but if I'm going to go for someone, it's going to be Timber just because I've seen him get consistent minutes. The other option I could go for is Nico O'Reilly. He of course got an assist in my free hit team. I think he'll be a very popular transfer in. Senesi to O'Reilly just seems like the most obvious transfer, and I don't mind it at all. I think City have a good run of fixtures. They've obviously not shown that they are the best defence by any means, but I do think they can get some clean sheets over this nice run. My other option is that I just hold on to Senesi and get rid of Rangers, who I've been wanting to get rid of for so long in my team, but I've just not had the chance, and he just keeps dropping and dropping in price. He of course started the game, and I was so happy to see him not return because I would have been so annoyed. But even after that, I still want to get him out of my team. The replacements that I can go for are Gakpo, who plays Sunderland at home this game week. He has good fixtures coming up. Obviously, is always going to be a rotation risk with the options that Liverpool have in the attack, but I do like him, and he obviously did very well for me on my free hit, so it could be time to get Gakpo in. The other option is a bit of a sideways move, and they are exactly the same price right now after Rangers has fallen in price for me. But Elliot Anderson, I think he has shown that he is great value for what he does, getting those defensive contribution points. One of those players that is your 8th attacker. You just throw him into your squad every game week, and his ceiling is very low, but his floor is very high in terms of his DEFCON points potential. I think he is a good replacement for Rangers. It's just whether I want to hold on to Senesi or not, and I am more than happy to get rid of Senesi, so this is my second option. My third option is an interesting one. So Semenyo has obviously, as I mentioned, not been performing, and he is a player that I'm considering getting out. I'm 0.1 mil short of Semenyo to Saka, which is pretty infuriating, but if Saka drops by 0.1 mil, then I could just go straight swap Semenyo to Saka. I like Arsenal's run. I think Saka is a key player for Arsenal. He's obviously not returned much, but I think he has it in him. We know he has it in him. The only thing is that I can't afford this right now. So if I was to do this transfer, I would have to do either take a hit this game week and do Senesi to Richards. Then I would have 0.1 mil left in the bank exactly. I can go for a 4.7 mil defender essentially, and Richards is the 4.6 that I've gone for. That would actually mean I'd have double Palace defense and triple Palace in general with Richards, Munoz and Mateta, which I'm not too sure I want to do because Palace are a team that they are very thin in terms of their squad depth, and they're going to have a lot of games coming up, so I'm not too keen on this move. But the ideal scenario would be that Saka drops for whatever reason, and then I can go straight swap from Semenyo to Saka. I don't see that happening, if I wanted to do this move, I would have to fund it with a hit this game week, or I'd have to wait till next week to get Saka in. So it is something that I should consider, because I could do Senesi to Richards this game week, then I could probably afford Semenyo to Saka out of a 0.1 mil buffer to do the move in case Semenyo does drop in price. I'm just not sure if this actually improves my squad massively, and I do think the first option kind of writes itself, just doing Senesi to Timber or one of O'Reilly. And this is how I would line up if I did go for this move. It'd be a 4 at the back with one of Timber and O'Reilly. I would be benching Reinders. He would still be in my team after all this time, and then I could look to move him on maybe to Elliot Anderson in game week 15, but we will see what I do end up going for. So let me know what you think of this squad, if you would make one of those other changes, maybe get Reinders out, maybe do the double move and do Senesi to Richards this game week, or just take a hit and do Semenyo and Senesi to Richards and Saka. That would be a very aggressive move. Let me know what you guys think I should do in the comments below. If you're still watching, then drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're still aiming for 10,000 subs by the end of the season, so join the community if you haven't already. Until next time guys, have a good one.